The story of humanity's journey to the moon begins with the space race between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy set a bold vision for the nation: to land a man on the moon and return him safely to Earth before the end of the decade. This vision became a national goal, driven by the desire to showcase American technological prowess and achieve a monumental feat in human history. NASA, the newly formed space agency, embarked on the ambitious Apollo program to fulfill Kennedy's challenge. After several successful missions testing equipment and procedures, Apollo 11 was selected as the mission to attempt the historic lunar landing. On July 16, 1969, astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins launched from Kennedy Space Center in Florida aboard the Saturn V rocket. Collins piloted the command module Columbia, while Armstrong and Aldrin descended to the lunar surface in the lunar module Eagle. The journey to the moon took approximately 3 days. On July 19, Apollo 11 entered into lunar orbit. The following day, July 20, Armstrong and Aldrin transferred into the Eagle and began their descent towards the lunar surface. Tensions were high as they navigated the final stages of the descent, facing computer alarms and choosing an alternative landing spot due to rough terrain. Finally, at 2017 UTC, the Eagle touched down gently on the southwestern edge of the Sea of Tranquility. Armstrong radioed back to Earth. "Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed." The world watched in awe as Armstrong prepared to take humanity's first steps on another celestial body. At 2:56 UTC on July 21, 1969, Neil Armstrong descended the ladder of the lunar module and set foot on the moon, uttering his famous words, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." Buzz Aldrin joined him moments later, and together they explored the lunar surface, conducting experiments, taking photographs, and collecting samples of lunar soil and rocks. During their approximately 2.5 hours outside the lunar module, Armstrong and Aldrin deployed scientific instruments, set up the American flag, and spoke with President Richard Nixon via radio transmission. They also left behind a plaque on the lunar surface that read, "Here men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon July 1969, AD. We came in peace for all mankind." After their successful exploration, Armstrong and Aldrin returned to the Eagle and rested before beginning their ascent back to the command module Columbia, where Michael Collins awaited their return. They lifted off from the lunar surface on July 21, rejoined Collins in lunar orbit, and began the journey back to Earth. On July 24, 1969, Apollo 11 safely splashed down in the Pacific Ocean, where they were recovered by the USS Hornet. The crew was greeted as heroes, having achieved one of the greatest milestones in human history. The successful Apollo 11 mission fulfilled President Kennedy's vision and demonstrated the United States' technological and scientific capabilities. It inspired generations around the world and paved the way for subsequent lunar missions, furthering our understanding of the moon and the universe beyond. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins became symbols of courage, exploration, and human achievement. Their journey to the moon remains an enduring testament to the power of perseverance, innovation, and the human spirit to reach beyond the limits of Earth and explore the vastness of space.